What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I figured I actually do what I said I was going to actually do on here. Um, Even though this channel is based off of trading and going through the journey from me personally of my trading career over the past 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. I figured I want to reach out to audience that may be going through some things. Personally, for me, I've gone through a very traumatic, toxic, difficult relationship that I had with somebody for about 7 years. I'm not a big fan of social media, but I happen to have an Instagram account into. And funny enough, even though I haven't used that account like that, happened to add like family and certain friends on there. I was going through some of the reels that they had, and the first reel went through, I guess, started the algorithm of, going through breakups and going through hard times, questioning a lot of things that you may see in yourself and try to understand about yourself moving forward. And for me yesterday, it was, I would say it was very eye-opening to see and hear the messages that were said through people I don't even know who they are. These, speaking of like these videos, I mean, they weren't messages sent directly to me, but it felt like that hit straight to home, because I had family and friends reach out to me and tell me damn near the same thing, and I still stuck around. For my situation, I was in a the longest relationship I've ever been with a woman, and we went through a lot of tough times. I figured, this person would be someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with. We were engaged, had a child together, lost the baby, went through a lot of rough patches. The list goes on and on. But as the other half of that relationship, I know I made a lot of mistakes. But it was just based off of like things that I didn't understand yet. I was still growing to learn to love this person and trying to learn to love myself because I never knew how to do that properly. And it showed. It showed. I've got cheated on by this person many times, which hurt because I stuck around to try to make things work. I learned to love so much that I saw the beauty in her when she gave it to me, to seeing that beauty turn into ugliness. And it sucks because as men, from a lot of the videos that I've seen as men, we, some of us aren't quick to just jump ship, to leave ship. It takes, a lot of things, a lot of time for, certain things to unfold for us to just get up and go. Some of us are already damaged and broken, and we just, when we have an opportunity to, get whatever we were looking for, we get it and we go. For me, it was different because I stuck around. I stayed and I tried to fight for acceptance. I tried to keep on going for what I thought was beneficial. Going back to how I mentioned that we went through some traumatic things after losing our daughter. It was a lot of blaming on her and towards me. And I understand. Um, my way of coping during that process was not the best, but it was best for me. Um, I hid behind a computer screen. I tried to trade my way out of my pain. I tried to decompress my emotions in front of playing video games with my friends. Um, Instead of physically helping her when she needed me, or supporting her when she needed me. Sadly to say, during that process, I had to go back to work a lot quicker than she did. So for me, I was already at a disadvantage. Uh, I don't want to come out and blatantly say this woman was a bad person. And she gave me a lot of things and showed me a lot of things that I've never experienced with another partner that I've ever had in my life. Goes to speaking why I was with this person for so long. This person probably was done with me probably years before I even was done with them, before we completely ended things, or it was addressed that things were done. It's been tough, I must say, because my mental health has been in shambles. I've had so many different experiences with this person that were so negative that I just tried to use or view things in some light to hopefully shine over that darkness for it to be better or it to get better. But they never did. It felt like this person hated me based off of her actions, how she would speak to me. And it sucked because it never made sense. Like a person that told me that they loved me, that they weren't going nowhere, that they wanted to be with me, goes from telling me that to before they go out to go cheat on me, sleep with somebody else, and stay the night over there, they told me that they love me. Look me in my eyes, look me in my face, and tell me that they love me. Still goes and drives 14 minutes to some other man's house to go and do things. Now, hearing this, you're thinking to yourself like, damn, this is crazy. Like this is this is just 9 minutes in this video or this live stream, and this person's talking about this. Is crazy. And again, this person again was, a beautiful individual, beautiful woman, um, who was broken, who still is broken. Um, but she showed me things that made me love her more and view her that I didn't see until I didn't see the person she became to me with me, because I saw all the good and beauty that she provided for me when things were really at a great. part in our life or chapter in our life. Um, I was a late bloomer when it comes to like things in that relationship, which again for me, trying to express that to a woman, becoming vulnerable about it was difficult because I didn't get my driver's license until I was in my 30s, early 30s. I mean, I'm not about to be 35 this year. So know that not too long ago, I just got my driver's license. For those that don't know me, which is I lost my vision in my right, most of my vision in my right eye when I was 9, 10 years old. Actually, no, I was 11. Sorry, I take that back. I was 11. I lost my older brother when I was 9. I lost my vision in my right eye when I was 11. So I always was traumatized of being behind the wheel just because I was already at a disadvantage. Yes, I knew that drivers can still drive with only having one eye. The list goes on, but for me, personally, I struggled with it. I didn't want to do it. I was scared because if something happens, if a crash happens, I feel like I'm at fault just because I'm already at a disadvantage. Even though I have to wear contacts for the rest of my life until both eyes of my eyesight goes really bad, then maybe I can start wearing glasses, but I have to wear contacts for the rest of my life. So that took time for me to really, just tell myself to just go and do it. Go get your driver's license and do it. Sadly to say, during that time of me getting my driver's license, this woman had already cheated on me several times with different guys. So yeah, I was a late bloomer a lot of some things, and especially in our relationship, that I felt I was a burden. Again, I felt some type of way. It was hard to really like express that to her because again, being with this woman, she definitely likes to interpret things differently. She wants to understand things that she wants to understand, or hear what she wants to hear and interpret it how she wants to. And it is what it is. But for me speaking, it was tough because it was intimidating because at times when I wanted to talk about things or express certain things, it was like when going back on like arguments that we've had, it got to a point where she's like, whatever you're saying doesn't make sense. And that was hard because I never really was someone to really express certain things, especially in a relationship. Like I've had different partners, I've been in different relationships, but it never was to this point where like addressing things of like how you feel, what you're going through, what you're trying to understand, and the other person isn't accepting it or doesn't want to accept it. I heard something from a video last night. I've heard a lot of things from a lot of videos, but there was one video in particular that I listened to several times, and you can kind of hear the hurt in his voice when he was expressing it. But for men, it's hard to get over breakups compared to women. It's not saying that they're not hurt, because they are, but their hurt was 3 months ago. And your hurt is now. So even though that they were hurt and still are probably hurting, they're already moved on to live their life. For you, that process has just started. And now the struggle begins. And it's true because even though 2 years ago we lost our baby and things spiraled in our relationship, we never went to counseling. She never wanted to go. She grew a hatred for me. And from there, I could see the differences in her that I approached her about and she denied. And it sucked because the woman that I saw to be my forever has now became the woman that I look at now that I would never, because of the pain that it's caused me. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Don't take into any of this context that I'm a perfect guy. I'm not. I was never perfect in this relationship, but I tried. I tried every day to take that back. It feels like every day that I tried, I had to prove to her. And it hurt because I feel like I needed validation from her. I want y'all to understand, like, the things that were said to me during this relationship made me doubt myself a lot. For a lot of y'all that are listening to this, watching this, will sit here and be like, man, I would have left a long time ago. Or this and this happened, man, I would have been gone. I would never stuck around with this. And I respect y'all. I really do. I also kind of envy you guys because this is probably the most severe type of experience I've ever dealt with in a relationship with somebody. Losing a child and getting judged on how I coped. And then knowing that I accepted my mistakes. I took accountability for my mistakes and how I did things. And the efforts that I put into things that still got looked at as not good enough. And from what I'm understanding with what I hear from the videos, that's like a narcissistic trait that people have when they use things against you, but they won't take accountability for their actions. When I found out that she cheated on me, like it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. Like, I've lost a lot of people in my life through suicide, through murder, through diseases, and the list goes on. Even, losing my daughter because she was premature and only was alive for a couple of days. That hurt a lot. But this breakup that I had with this woman hurt so much because I learned to love somebody that I thought would be forever, to now experience that person that I wanted forever to be with forever is now gone and does not care. And I mean, that's just how sometimes relationships go. Sometimes people say like, oh, you leave the person, you leave, they may come back, all this other stuff. But it's like, it's hard because I had to take accountability for who I was during that process. You know, I can I could sit here and victimize myself and saying, "Oh, this person did this, this, and this. This is a horrible person." Yada yada yada. But no, I'm not trying to victimize myself at all. And I feel like this person views it that way because they're not holding themselves accountable for their actions. Like this person only said sorry like maybe twice about getting caught from the first guy I found her cheating on me with. Like that's crazy. Like never apologize for the second guy or the third guy or all the other guys that I knew that she was entertaining. But I still stuck around. I still put effort. I still clocked in to make things work. It sucks because for me, I found a passion with being in this relationship with this woman. I fell in love with trading because it tested me every single day. I had to learn something new. I had to take a lot of time, all my time and efforts outside of my job, outside of my relationship, to find a better way for myself and for those around me. She knew I loved this. I talked about it all the time. I showed her P&Ls. I showed her, you know, talked about all these different experiences that I was, dealing with trading. I had started trading during COVID in 2020, and beginning of 2021 is when I made a good amount of money, which got me out of my situation of where I was living at with family to us moving in together. And that was like a huge eye opener for me because it gave me so much more confidence in just knowing that I can adapt and learn to try and better myself. And I wasn't only doing it for myself, but I was doing it for my relationship because, I wanted to provide. I had a job, I was consistently working, but also I wanted to be able to show that I can provide as best as I can, even though this is new to me. And when the rough times came in with my trading, I still had a full-time job, but once I stopped getting the validation of the good times, or even just the support when I needed, just some words of wisdom from the woman I supposedly see every day, I would just keep me try to keep going through the struggles. I never got it, or I stopped getting it. And it was hard because when I had a big challenge for myself, I had struggled with trading with Top Step. I never was able to pass their accounts until one day I was able to pass 6 of their evals, and I was ecstatic. I was so happy. Like, I struggled. I ran a Discord community for several years, and I was so happy because I had passed 6 evals. I was like, this is my chance to finally make some, to actually pay myself, to finally put money in my pocket for trading prop firms. I was like, all right, like this is my chance, this is my opportunity. And the first person for me to, want to experience and cherish this moment with was her. All I got as a response from it was, cool, good, nice, good job. Come to find out, that same night, she was sleeping with another man. Sadly to say, I didn't find this out until later on, after I've gotten paid, through a lot of things. But when I found out that she was cheating on me with the first guy, um, and saw the videos and the pictures and saw the dates, and I was looking like, damn, this is the same night when I had told her I had now I can start making money again trading. I promise you guys, like, it still affects me to this day, especially my trading, because I feel like my success is hindered because of that particular moment. I struggle because it's like, man, even if I make money, I can't celebrate with the person I want to celebrate because this person's doing this. Like, my personal achievements that I've experienced lately, especially after, breaking up, finding out this person was cheating on me, and, the list goes on. My accomplishments that I've had, I haven't really been able to celebrate them. I got an LLC for trading. I've been, wanting to get one for a while, but, finally took the initiative after having a break-even year last year for myself, which was an eye-opener for me because I didn't know. I thought I actually had a worse year trading than it actually came out break-even. Getting funded with companies and receiving payouts to getting my driver's license, driving Lyft and having a rental, and driving around doing that. The list goes on, right? And I could see her efforts diminish every single day. When I tell her I love you before she goes to work, to her end, it mumbled on her end. And when I say I love you again, I heard, or I said, or she says, I said I love you, but really it wasn't really that. Just saying, like, that love fade away, to having that person that was constantly in my bubble, not giving me any space, but me loving that because that person was there, to not having that person in that area at all. To see all the lying that was being said on their part, and sitting there acting like if I didn't know the truth, and then when bringing it up, they just don't even care anymore. The list goes on, and I hope those that see this and listen to this know where I'm coming from, because I know a lot of us are probably going through a lot of the same things, probably different severities, but it's tough because as a grown man, I promise you, I've tried to hurt myself through the pain that was caused from this person during our relationship. This person walked out on me to go sleep with somebody else at 3 o'clock in the morning after me and this person were stayed up drinking and talking and vibing together. For her to get up and leave me at home with her daughter. And for her to go and drive to another man's house, even though she walked out the house and told me that she loved me. Walked out, drove to another man's house. Tell me that she'll be back. I'll be back in the morning to go sleep with another man. When she told me after the first guy I caught her cheating on me with, told me that she felt some type of way about how I was after we lost our daughter. And then I listened to everything she told me that day, that night. She expressed that I got her pregnant again. And before we could celebrate, she lost a baby. I want y'all to think about what I just said. For me, I feel like when I say that or rethink it, it's like she still blames me and uses that excuse to make the decisions to go entertain other men. So, fellas and ladies out there that are going through, a tough time with their partner or the person that they love, and you put up with a lot of things, it's hard. Like, it's crazy to think, like, to see myself where in my period of growing up, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be alive, is what I mean by that. Because I went through a lot of traumatic things in my life growing up, and depression and suicidal tendencies and thoughts ran through my brain every single day. And I've acted on those things, but I'm still here. And I look at it as like, damn, I really went through some tough times. I struggled. I failed. But from that failure, I've been able to bounce back to an extent and still try. And now I'm having to bounce back after dedicating so many years to someone that I love and adored, that I would do anything to be able to be happy, to struggle with, but still grow with, to seeing them fade away. This person would rather hang out with people that didn't hold her accountable on her actions because they were doing the same exact things in their own lives, instead of being around the people that were going to hold her accountable and wanted to see the best come out of her. And it sucked. Because through all that BS, I saw something that she possibly didn't even see in herself. And it hurt because I felt like she deserved it. And I felt like I deserved to be able to continue to experience. Because again, this woman did a lot of great things for me. But I wasn't ready. I wouldn't say I wasn't ready to experience it, but I wasn't ready for it because I didn't know how to reciprocate it at that time. I loved it. It was great. Like, it was such a wonderful feeling. Like, a wonderful feeling to be able to come home from work, and know that this person is like genuinely happy to see you. Hugs and kisses. How was your day? Oh, I want to have this for dinner. Let's do this, or let's go out for this, or if either one of us had, something that a goal that we achieved, promotion at work, or got a new job, or for me, I was doing e-commerce at one point and, had some sales, we went to go celebrate things. Like, that was a wonderful feeling to have. Like, that made me feel so important in my life and in hers. To a point where her daughter, who calls me dad, even though I'm not her biological father, and going to a point in time where all we wanted was each other, and we're working towards, a wedding. And a lot of things spiraled out through that point in time of that period of us being engaged to where we're at now. And it sucks so much, y'all. Like, sitting here for the past 30 minutes and talking about this, it sucks because I generally know that there's a lot of y'all out there that are experiencing something so similar. Probably not to a T, but it's up there. And it's hard because love is such a strong thing. It's crazy to see that people fear it, but it's such a strong and beautiful thing once you're on the same accord with whoever else you're experiencing this love with. And at the point where it's strong between us two, felt amazing. Like, I didn't want nothing else in my life. I put this woman above so much more important things in my life. Like, men will give up their happiness for their family. Women will give up their family for their happiness. I heard that yesterday and I was like, damn. It's crazy. Because it's not easy to just go from being on survival mode, get into a relationship, and then change all that to be, try to be one, become one with another person. It's a struggle. And she told me that at times I was on survival mode. I didn't know how to reciprocate her love correctly. And I had admitted to her, and I said, I apologize. I apologized a lot in that relationship. And I chose to work on that because I wanted better. I wanted us to both have better. And I felt like she deserved a better side of me that she could continue to love. And it stopped on her end. And it sucked because I tried to believe that I could somehow fix it with my efforts. Bro, I lost my job last year, the end of last year. And that was tough because the day that I had got informed that I got let go, me and her decided to go out for lunch. And while we were out for lunch, I had got the email. Like, I didn't even get a text or anything like that. I got an email. I didn't get a call. No, nothing. I got an email from my employer telling me that they were letting me go. And she told me everything was going to be okay. It's tough right now, but everything's going to be okay. I was damn near tearing up at the bar. But I believed in her. I believed her that she believed in me. But sadly to say, she was already cheating on me with with another guy who I had addressed to her about, and she lied to me about it, of course. And instead of motivating me and picking me up, she belittled me. She would tell me that this other person was paying for her phone bills or giving her money for rent and all this other stuff because I can't do that. I wasn't doing that. But I'm still putting in work every day. When I had work, putting in work to just be able to pay for bills and stuff like that, that I felt like I was responsible, that I needed to take care of. And don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at the fact that she'll bring up like, she helped to pay for the internet bills here, or she paid for groceries here and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at that whatsoever. Cool. Like I know that I didn't contribute for groceries on a regular basis like she wanted me to. But there's a lot of the things that I took care of and had to deal with that she didn't have to deal with or didn't have to hear about. But it was tough because I always got questioned. Like I say, how I said earlier, I felt like every day I had to prove to her. And it sucked, and I know it should never have been that way. Again, I know a lot of y'all hearing this and see this would be like, man, you should have, I would have left, bro. I would have did this, or, yeah. I respect y'all, and I envy y'all to an extent that I wish I was able to do so. Trust me, I had a lot of friends and family tell me I needed to leave. I needed to separate myself from that situation as best as I possibly could and as quick as possibly as I could. But I had hope in my heart and in my mind that things would change. But they never did. And when things got more difficult, with me losing my job, to me working a temp job, to not working for over a month and not having any source of income to provide like I need to that person telling me that they're tired of my ish and wanting to leave. And then when I asked them, okay, are you breaking up with me? We aren't together, was the response. I tell you, it hurts, y'all. Right now, I'm numb when speaking about this, but we still live in the same house together. We sleep right across from each other in the living room. We still sleep in the same area. If I'm in the bedroom sleeping on the bed or whatever, we're still in the same space. When knowing that she's entertaining other men, hanging out with other men till 9, 10 o'clock at night, whatever it may be. And I sit here trying to rebuild, try to find what makes me happy, try to reconstruct myself to be better, do better, and want better. And it's hard because through the ups and downs, I just want that person that I've fought for so long to respect and acknowledge that I'm there. But it's not happening. And as a trader, it sucks because now this is my only source of income until I get something stable. So days like I had this morning of, hitting DLL on my funded account, it really does suck because, we've had really good days and, some days we just tilt. Today it wasn't really a tilty day. It was more of just the fact that I missed out on something and my entries were just really, really bad on any type of decision trade I tried to take. And then I have to sit here on those days of, losing a eval or losing a funded account and be like, man, like, it sucks. All this stuff around me is just rumbling and you don't know what to do. And it's crazy because we're all just imperfect people and we make mistakes. We face challenges and it's only us that are able to individually, ourselves are able to take on whatever challenges that we have to face and overcome them. And for me, it sucks because I dedicated 7 years of myself to one person. For that one person to literally break me down to a point where it was hard to even want to be alive. I get sad because it's those nights that I've cried, those nights that I've yelled at her to express my feelings about what she was doing was wrong, how much it was hurting me. So those nights and those days of reaching out to my friends and family to just have someone listen, because what this person was doing to me was hurting me every single day. And when there was a glimpse of hope of things were going to change, it just really never changed. When all I felt like I was doing was trying to change for someone that I thought was my everything. We've experienced so much together. We've accomplished a lot of things together. We failed on a lot of things together. But it felt like it wasn't enough. And maybe it wasn't. Maybe I didn't make all the money that I needed to make. Maybe I didn't have material things that she really wanted me to have. Maybe I wasn't the right leader that she needed in her life. And hearing her tell me one time when we were chilling, vibing together at the house, and some Tory Lanez comes on, and she told me that she made me better for somebody else. And I didn't want to accept that. Because all I wanted was her. That's all, the only person I saw that meant something to me in my future was her. And that was hard to accept because hearing that, I knew she had already started moving on, even though based off of her actions of what she was, the cheating, sleeping with other men and all the other stuff that she was doing, it's still like, try to accept, the beauty that she had in her to hopefully get that back. For her to change and give up that lifestyle that she is so eager to still hold on to, it sucks. It's devastating because we were a family. And all that ever mattered to me was that I wanted to grow with this person every single day of my life. And now I have to let this person completely leave my life. And I have to rebuild. Tricks, you're right. Materialistic items is never a reason to cheat on someone. It is hard to understand now, but you deserve better and will find better, bro. I wholeheartedly agree. And I appreciate that comment. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. But you're not wrong at all. Not wrong at all. And again, I feel like she's not wrong to a certain extent on how she felt. I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying this woman's a horrible person, because this woman was beautiful. She has a lot of qualities that I personally love to be around and have in my life. But yeah, I agree. Materialistic things definitely shouldn't be a factor in a relationship, because in a relationship, things are split. You know, we deal with things together as a unit. And a lot of times it felt like she didn't believe in me. I felt like her belief and trust in me dwindled drastically. And it felt like the things that I wanted to achieve for us wasn't enough. And don't get me wrong, I felt like, you know, I promised her a lot of things, and she probably felt like, you know what, it's the same old bullshit over and over again. Pardon me for my language, but it's the same BS. He's not doing anything to really make this thing happen, or it's taking longer than expected. I agree. At the end of the day, we're all entitled to our own opinions about what matters in a relationship. Our goal is to find someone who agrees, aligns with your goals and morals. Amen. It's so true, because love is a powerful thing. Relationships are a powerful thing. But when you are in a situation with someone that things are going wrong within your own personal bubble, you want to have that person there to be able to support you and at least give you enough cushion when you fall to know that you're able to get back up. You're going to take some bruises, you might break something, you might pop something out, just okay, whatever it may be. But it's not as bad as when you fall and there ain't nothing there and you completely are shattered. And again, I go back to, I mean, for those that are just tuning in, me and this woman had a baby 2 years ago, a premature daughter who didn't make it. We lost that baby, and we never coped correctly. We never took the right steps to fix our broken selves. We individually found whatever we thought was important to us to patch us up. And that was a scary part, because I hid behind a computer screen trying to trade, try to decompress and de-stress myself, playing video games and talking with my boys. List goes on and on, instead of just trying to fully be there for her and support her. For her, she felt some type of way. And when she was able to do so, she drowned herself in alcohol. She hung around friends that weren't holding her accountable. She started to sleep with other men. She chose to grow hate towards me and use whatever I would say or do against me to fuel her views towards me. Her friends and family love me. It's crazy because they were one of the ones that were telling me that I need to let her go before it got where it is as of now. And those nights and those days when, I'll say one day in particular, it was after she cheated on me during Thanksgiving. And a little while after that, I got really, really drunk. I wasn't answering any text messages, no phone calls from anyone. I got really, really drunk. Damn near drank a whole bottle of Bullet. And I had a kitchen knife right next to me in the kitchen. And she came home and saw me damn near passed out from all the hurt that I had to deal with. Because again, how she communicates with me is very aggressive. Like, it's never really like on a level of comfort at times. So when she's mad or irritated about something, or she's very disrespectful at times, and having arguments on end about her actions of what happened piled up because I just never understood it. I never got it. Like, it just didn't make sense. Where does it come from of this person that says that they love me, that they're not going anywhere, that, you know, they want to have a family with me, they want to marry me, we see each other doing these things in the future, yada, 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 yada. Going from that to entertaining another man, other men, lying to me. The list goes on and on. Talking down on me, belittling me, making me feel like I'm not worth anything. So when she came home that day and saw me there, it hurt because I don't think she really understood how I felt. And I don't feel like she understands how I feel at all. I mean, she says that she's been cheated on, she's had her heart broken, yada, yada, yada. But at that point in time, I just never really I still don't get it. But I understand now that, you know, the decisions that were made on her end were, she thought was best for her. And all I can do is try and do what's best for me. And hopefully, and through that process of rebuilding, I'm able to find love within myself. That's what something that I lacked since I was young. After losing my older brother to suicide when I was 9, I never my upbringing and childhood was traumatic. So I looked for love in all the all these other places, in other families and friends. And at this point in time of the 7 years I was with this woman, was my love was trying to find my love, my missing love within her. And again, I got it at, you know, a lot of earlier stages, and when I proposed and we had engagement parties, and then when we got pregnant and having the gender reveal party and all this stuff, like I got some genuine love from this person that was, you know, good. But then once she thought what was best for her and her decisions and didn't really care on who it affected, that's what broke me. Like, yeah, I will admit I wanted to hurt myself that day when I first saw her phone and saw the videos and the pictures of her having sex with another man, and seeing the conversations and adding all the pieces to the puzzle that was just so confusing, that made no sense of what lies that she was telling me. Like, it hurt. Like, I promise you. Like, I saw a video yesterday on Instagram, and it was just like two guys talking about, asked each other, have you ever been cheated on? One dude was like, yeah. The dude was like, how'd you find out? Oh, I went through a phone. And the other dude was like, yeah. And I tell you, like, my heart was in my stomach for a long time. And approaching her about it and confronting her about it, it was crazy, because I initially started the conversation of like, do you hate me? And she told me no. Like, no, I don't hate you. Why do you ask that? I was like, then why are you cheating on me? And she denied it, like, with quickness. I was like, and I knew, like, I already had answers. Like, again, like, I'm not stupid. I always tell people this, I'm not stupid. I just make stupid decisions at times. But I knew something was up. I knew something was up for a long time. And I had brought it up to her. I was like, yo, you're acting as if, like, you're moving as if you're cheating. She's like, well, I'm not cheating. And then when I had got the evidence that I needed and approached her, and she denied it, and I was like, you sure? Then I was like, who is this person? Oh, that's the homie. So you and the homie are over here making sex tapes together. She's like, what you talking about? And I take out my phone and I show her the video, and it's just like, you're just like, damn. Like, we go from sleeping in the same bed to you sleeping on the couch to you sleeping in the other bedroom, coming home late, not coming home at all, coming home the next day. The list goes on and on. And stuff's not making sense. And all you're doing is lying, arguing with me, belittling me. And it's tough. It's really tough. So again, for those that are here listening to this, or that will watch this in the future, I understand your struggle. It sucks. Right now, I'm hurt. Like, I'm still hurt. Like, I still think back on, you know, when I found out about the cheating, and all the other times that she's cheated on me and lied to me, and, you know, talked crap about me to her family or to her friends or coworkers, whatever it may be. Like, it sucks. And don't think of this as victimizing myself. I'm just really reiterating everything that's happened. I'm not the perfect man. I'm not perfect man for anybody. No, nothing in this world is perfect right now. So I can't expect I can't expect to be perfect. I can't expect a relationship to be perfect. But I know if somebody wants something, they're going to put effort into it. And when I saw that her efforts were more important to being around other men, entertaining other men, it just hurt because all my efforts were trying to save something that was broken, trying to save something that's already gone. I learned how to love, learned how to have unconditional love, and to see that person walk out of my life. And that's scary. That's a scary feeling to have. To know that all that hard work I just went out the window. You can't get mad at yourself by wanting to give up. I've had endless amount of conversations with friends and family and telling them I'm tired, like I'm drained. I'm drained of being in a relationship with somebody that's continuously hurting me. Me trying to be as stubborn as I am to try to fix it. I was tired of feeling like I'm not capable, I'm not worth it, I'm not doing anything. And trust me, I know people tell me I'm gonna be great for somebody else. I can do better, I'll find better. And it's true, I know. I mean, if I choose to go down that route again to experience that with anyone, yeah, I know I'll be able to say that, like, okay, cool. But, being dedicated to one person for that amount of years, it's tough, y'all. Like, it's a tough feeling, yo. It's a tough thing to admit. It's tough. It's definitely tough. So I'm gonna end off this nice little discussion. I do plan on doing this more often, just for myself, for my sake, of being able to just get things off my chest. And during that process, hopefully others are able to take this information, take this experience, and be able to, give feedback on how they've experienced, whatever it may be that they're going through. But I want to say that through all this, I hope I'm able to see the greatest side of me that I've ever experienced in my life. I hope it starts to brew together what and who I'm supposed to be. Because I got complacent. I got content with who I was and where I was. I knew I still was growing in this relationship. I knew that that's all I wanted to do was to grow so that I can provide for myself and for my family. Like I wanted to be able to do things. I wanted to be able to show my family that I was capable of doing things so that we can experience a change in our life that we weren't able to experience. That we, see others experiencing, and we wanted to be able to have being a part of that. But I hope through this process of me rebuilding and going through this tough experience, that I'm able to be great. And whatever I do. Because I'm having to come to learn that I deserve it. All I can do is hope for the best for her. Hopefully in due time she changes who she is as a person, and hopefully she gives the best and gets the best out of herself and is able to share that with somebody else. At the same time, for myself, I deserve to be able to be better and do better. But it just sucks. So I want to end off saying this for those that watch this and listen to this. It's okay to feel like you want to give up. It's okay, because it hurts when you feel like you have life is going better for you, things are going in the direction that you need it to go, and then the devil pulls that away from you and throws on more challenges for yourself to be able to try to accomplish and overcome. It's okay to want to feel like you're tired. It's okay to feel like you want to give up and give in and just not put effort into things. It's okay to feel that way. But just know that sometime you're going to have to get up. There's going to be someday where you're going to have to keep fighting. There's going to be someday you're going to have to try. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be easy. But you got to do something. And you got to believe in yourself and your capabilities, because you deserve it. So if that means you have to separate yourself from the people that are not holding you accountable of being a better person, that are the people that are going to fuel you to do things that are going to numb what really matters most in your life, you need to separate yourself. Because I saw this person jump for the people that were not holding her accountable, that were not feeding her the right information to be a better person, to really put effort into your relationship, to fix who you are, not only for that other person, but for yourself and for your child. But in her mind, she made the decision to do what's best for her. And it is what it is. So for you as an individual, you got to do what's best for you. But don't take the mistakes, or don't do the decisions and make the mistakes of going down the route of doing what's hurtful. accept the people that are going to leave your life because of where you're trying to go. I want to thank you guys for tuning into this little event session. I'm probably going to do a lot more of these because I feel like, why not? I really don't expect people to watch the whole hour of the live stream, but I must say it will be cool to see some comments for sure on this. I'll probably just add this into a video. Post this on YouTube, even though it's already on here, but as a live stream, I'd rather just put this actual as a video to see, you know, excuse me, see and hear you guys' feedback on this and see what you guys have done or what you guys are dealing with when your own relationships that you have with people. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And those that will watch this in the future, thank you for watching the video. I deeply appreciate it. I hope that you guys are able to overcome those challenges that you face and become better, and don't give up, even though how hard it is, because I know that I want to give up at times, but I know that once I overcome this and I see a different side of myself that it hurt to not be at, I'll appreciate this. I know that the healing process of this doesn't just up and be fixed overnight. I know it's going to take a lot of time for me to really grow, bounce back, but I got to make the efforts because no one else is. So yeah. All right. Well, peace out. Stay black. Make good choices. I appreciate everybody that's watched this. You guys are awesome. Keep on pushing for greatness and happiness and freedom and love, because love is an important thing, and don't let what others do to you or what others do in this world hold you back from loving, because love is what a lot of us are missing in this world, and it's just a lot more hatred and self-centeredness than it being, you know, gratitude and love and caring and all those great things that we are missing in this world. So yeah, cherish it. Peace out, y'all.